Hello, friends, and welcome to another edition of the Vitamin C. I want to take this time out to say thank you to all of our viewers and our listeners. I really hope that you've been blessed and inspired by our messages, and feel free to send us any suggestions or ideas that you have for the Vitamin C. You can send those comments to the Vitamin C, the number one, at gmail.com. Again, that's the Vitamin C, the number one, at gmail.com. And now let us tune in to part 3 of the gospel, which is already in progress.
Thirdly, the gospel deals with the resurrection. He got up. It is symbolized by the baptism, which comes from the term baptizo. Baptizo means that when I'm standing in the water, I'm dying to my old way of life. And when they take me down, it is a symbol of them burying my past. But when they raise me back up again, it's a symbol of the resurrection. It is the Greek term anastasia, A-N-A-S-T-A-S-I-A, anastasia, or if you're in the Greek language, alpha nu, alpha sigma, tau, alpha sigma, iota, alpha. And so Dr. Carter, I love the way he puts it. He says, the resurrection simply means you put him in a hole, but he got out of the hole. He goes on further to say that the resurrection, what God did, it means that you ought not jump to conclusions just because you see a hole in the ground. Dr. Carter says what God did at the resurrection, he turned the tomb into a shotgun house. I asked my grandma, I said, do you know what a shotgun house is? She said, boy, yes. She lived up North Georgia, Cartersville, Rome, up that way. She said, they said you stand out on the front porch and look all the way through to the back door. See, the old folk didn't fool around with no den. You get hung up like that. Carter says if you ever needed to run, you want to be in a situation where you could run all the way through. And so that's what God did at the tomb. He turned the tomb into a shotgun house. That I don't have to be afraid of death because when I stand on the front porch, he says I can look all the way through and tell you how I'm going to come out of this thing. He got up. One of the old church mothers there, Sister Christine Gibson, would sing this. She would say, and because he lives, I can live. Because he lives, I can face tomorrow. And so early that Sunday morning, you know, all the old preachers, they get up and they say, they do that about 3 times. Dr. E. Dewey Smith said they come running down now all shocked and surprised. He has risen, he has risen. Oh, the stone has been moved, he has risen. They come down there shocked he said they should have come down there with some bacon and eggs and some hot cakes and some sausage because he told them he was going to get up, and that's just what he did. He got up. Anastasia, the resurrection.
God sent his son. They called him Jesus. He came to love, heal, and forgive. He lived and died to buy my pardon. An empty grave is there to prove my Savior lives. And because he lives, I can face tomorrow. Because he lives, all fear is gone. Because I know who holds my future, and the life is worth the living just because he lives. Because he lives, I can face tomorrow. Because he lives, all fear is gone. Because I know and life is worth the living just because He lives. This has been your daily dose of inspiration. Tune in next time for the Vitamin C, where C is for Christ. Have you had your dose?